Hi guys, I'm going to be doing some technical analysis on Bitcoin and the altcoin market and how I'll be preparing for the final stages of the bull run. Now, the chart in front of me, I've got basically a long term history chart of Bitcoin, basically since inception. And it has the Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve chart overlaid on it. And this is essentially an algorithm which is trying to predict the future price of Bitcoin, and it has worked very well. We've had multiple touches on the downside line and multiple touches on the upside line, which predicted the 2013 bull run high and the 2018 bull run high literally to the tick. So we can see that it does hold some value because it's been following it for so long. So we may as well use it to our advantage to predict future prices of Bitcoin and the altcoin market. So we can essentially use this in the final stages of the bull run. And what I've got here is red vertical lines to basically signal us to get the hell out of the market as we're coming to the end of the bull market, and the green lines to basically tell us to buy us is the best financial opportunity to get into cryptos at this point. So what we can see is the vertical lines is the bull market highs of 2013 and 2018, and we notice it's in the winter time. So it doesn't matter specifically about specific dates. It's just good to show us it peaked in the winter 2013, and then in the winter a year later it hit a bear market bottom. So a year later was the best opportunity to then get back into crypto. Now the same happened here in 2018. We hit bull market high of 20k. A year later was the best opportunity to load up on cryptos once again. And I essentially believe we're following the same pattern of hitting a bull run high this winter. It doesn't matter if it's December, January, or February. It doesn't matter. Like, people get too caught up on specific dates. So I essentially believe we're going to be following a fractal of the 2018 bull run. Similar, the blue line I've got here is essentially just a fractal of these final stages of the 2017, 2018 bull run. And all I've done is just copied it over. Obviously, it's a crude way of doing it. It's not going to give us an exact target, but that's just what I can see happening these in these final stages of the bull run, taking us to the top of this logarithmic growth curve line around the 150k. Could go slightly above, could go slightly below, but it's a good level to sort of aim for. And the reasons why I can see us hitting these levels alongside it being the top of the log growth curve line is the fact that is with these Fibonacci extension levels, which I'll explain now. So the 2013 bull run, I've drawn a retracement tool down from the bull market high down to the bear market lows, and you can see we climbed our way nicely out of these retracement levels, and the 4.236 extension here, we had a little bit of resistance, and then we broke through massively in the final stages of the bull run, and just so happened to be the top of the log growth curve line as well. And I essentially believe we're in the similar sort of stage, a similar time frame as that last parabolic advance. And, you know, we very nearly hit the 4.236 level at 74k. And we're getting a little bit of resistance there. We're finding a little bit tough to break through, but I essentially believe we're going to break through and follow a similar impulse up like we did in the last bull run to see us out in this final phase. And this is where it gets exciting for the altcoins. So although the upside with Bitcoin is limited, really, considering we've had a massive move up for these lows, the percentage gains are limited. But with the altcoins, it's not. The altcoins are yet to make them, massive moves, especially some of the older coins like the XRP, Dash, Litecoin. Like, they've still got to make their massive moves, in my opinion. So yeah, that's why I can see it hitting this sort of region around the 150k level. Another reason is the RSI. So with the 2013 bull run on the RSI, we hit 98, and the 2018 bull run we hit 91, and in this cycle we actually hit 95 as well. So this is sort of telling us that we've got a long way to go because we're sitting around 50 RSI at the moment. So I essentially expect us to make a move back into the 90s, and then we'll go into a bear market. We'll have a year to prepare. I'll be trading the bouncers, uh, which I don't recommend for new investors and new traders in the market, as it is risky shorting. But if you are new to the market, literally the best thing to do is to sit on your hands throughout this year, when we go into the bear market, and look to buy this bear market bottom around this logarithmic growth curve line, which will probably be around the 50k region. And the 50k region makes sense because we've had a lot of price action here around these sort of levels. So it would make sense for price to come down and hold this price action here. Um, so 50k seems like a reasonable target to me, and that's where I'll looking to be investing in the cryptos that I believe in, and I believe we are here to stay. Okay, so the next chart. So I've basically explained how I see Bitcoin playing out over the next year or so, and how does that play into the altcoin market? Because a lot of people don't really care about Bitcoin anymore, and like myself, I'm heavily invested in altcoins. So while it's good to be aware of what's happening with Bitcoin, because essentially Bitcoin runs the altcoin market. So you have to be aware of what Bitcoin is doing to do well with the altcoins, essentially. So on this chart here, I've got a line chart of Bitcoin in the blue, and the orange is total two, which is basically all the altcoins. So all the coins apart from Bitcoin. And I just want to show you how altcoins tie into Bitcoin at the top of the bull run. So Bitcoin topped around 15th of December at 20k, and then the altcoins topped January 6th. So the altcoins actually top like 3 weeks after Bitcoin tops. Well, I'm predicting the same thing to happen again, basically. So you can see once Bitcoin tops, this is when the altcoins went absolutely berserk and made their massive moves. So essentially, a zoomed in picture of this I have on the next screen, and going to explain to you how we can prepare for this. So here we have Bitcoin in the 2017-2018 bull run peaking at 20k, and it came down to the 10k region and then retraced into this level here, which is between the 618 and the 786. So it's probably bang on the 702 retracement. So at this level here, where this arrow is pointing to, this is where the altcoins peak. So for anyone heavily invested in altcoins, like myself, this is where I'll be looking to get out. I mean, I'm not going to try and time it perfectly, and you should never do that. Like, essentially, I'll be taking profits when I think Bitcoin's topped, and I'll be taking profits all the way down and then back into this retracement here. Like, I'm not going to try and time it perfectly, because who knows, when the altcoins make their perfect peak, maybe the exchanges are down, and everything's crashing. So you can't log on to Binance, you can't log on to all these exchanges. So it's better to take profits early, in my opinion. Don't try and time it exactly. So that's just a little bit of a heads up there. So yeah, this is essentially how I'm preparing for the final stages of the bull run, and it's going to get crazy. So it's better to have a plan and be prepared. So essentially, yeah, be prepared to sell into the retracement of Bitcoin before it then crashes and makes its way into a bear market. And you don't want to hold. You don't want to hold during this time because it's just depressing. I did it during this this bear market. I held onto coins and I've learned from my mistakes. So yeah, you don't want to hold your old coins during this period because ultimately a lot of old coins are going to go to zero, and that's worst case scenario. But if they don't go to zero, most of them are going to crash 95%. So you do not want to see your profits dwindle away 95% of their value. So just be prepared for that. And yeah, basically that's about it. I want to keep this video relatively short. Hopefully, this gives you an insight into how I'm playing this market and how I'm going to be preparing myself for the next year or so. And I hope this helped. And I'll be releasing some more technical analysis videos soon.